last battle was not the breaking point. Forgiveness is nothing of which a knight of the morning sun is in short supply. Though it's hard to accept forgiveness if you did nothing wrong, is it not? For the Lord, it was a time to let wounds in all their forms mend. Thus a few missing scouts were a welcome distraction to clear his mind and ponder about the friend who judged him so harshly.
Ooh, gotta hand it to you. You pick the nicest places.
Whatever made my soldiers disappear makes it significantly less nice.
Oh, want me to smoke it out?
Let's investigate first.
Oh, thought you were a man of action. Silly me. Oh, God. Give me a moment.
Never turn your back on a worthy soul. Stand with your people, not above them. Great deeds await.
Any great insights yet?
We have just arrived. How could I?
Ugh, sod off. If this was about tracking some beastie, you'd have brought Morrig. We've been traveling for days. You've been sizing me up, Foxblood.
Maybe to remind myself of what I don't want to become.
Good choice.
Sophisticated.
Got it.
Grant them a quick death. They must have come through here. But what is this strange growth?
It's gross, sticky, and probably toxic. Guess it's mold.
Your abrasive bluntness is truly refreshing. Good. Very good. I suppose your assessment was correct. The spores do seem toxic.
Wanna see me assess a solution?
By all means, go ahead. I'll bring peace to these lands.
Oh, stop yelling. Don't get burned.
Reminds me of my army days.
Before you ask, no. I don't know why that stuff is all over the place. I know it burns, so we're good.
I actually had something else on my mind, but thank you for the reassurance. Opposing me?
Oh, don't tell me we have to backtrack all the way.
Have a little faith in wind instead of fire for a change. That tree over there looks weak enough to be knocked down by a good gale. Never turn your back on a worthy soul. Good. Very good. Fieldcraft. How refreshing. Stand with your people, not above them.
Not bad. Free-range adventuring suits you.
It's a good way to clear one's head.
I know, right? Really takes your mind off the horrible things you did.
Tread carefully. Great deeds await. Indeed. I'll bring peace to these lands. Fieldcraft, how refreshing. Reminds me of my army day. I think we have our culprit.
All right, let's get cracking.
Don't be foolish. We cannot take on a creature like that without a strategy.
Oh, fine. The mold seems to spread from here. Its magic connects it to the land. That's something you can work with, your lordship.
If you knew, why wouldn't you say?
Reckless confidence? A death wish? You decide.
Sophisticated. If we find the strongest infestations and you burn them, it could weaken the creature.
Yep.
Is this a sufficient concentration?
Oh, I'm sufficiently grossed out. Let's get to it.
Never turn your back on a worthy soul.
Tainted flame.
Ah!
Oh, great. It's a telepath.
We make quite the fierce duo.
Well, reckoned you had a thing for large-scale destruction. Seems reasonable.
Stand with your people, not above them.
Shouldn't have played with fire.
Great deeds await. Grant them a quick death. Good. Very good.
Brighter than the sun. Just point me in the general direction. Yeah.
I'll bring peace to these lands. Never turn your back on a worthy soul. Stand with your people, not above them. Fieldcraft, how refreshing. Great deeds await. I'll bring peace to these lands. Never turn your back on a worthy soul. Indeed. Sophisticated. Indeed.
Don't worry. I'm almost sober.
Stand with your people, not our troops. Gods, we must do something.
We should put them out of the misery.
It all is connected. Trespassers.
What happened?
We hoped you could tell us.
The fungus. It lived. It attacked us and then...
Don't worry. Join us and we'll put an end to this.
Well, someone's feeling like a hero again.
I'm not doing this for myself. Great deeds await. Reminds me of my army days. Good. Very good. I approve. Fieldcraft, how refreshing. Good. Very good. I approve. Indeed. This needs proper preparation. Fieldcraft, how refreshing. They had their chance. Opposing me? A poor choice.
Yeah. I'm on it. Got it. Subtlety is overrated. Seems reasonable. Just point me in the general direction. Oh, gods. Give me a moment. Yeah.
I'll bring peace to these lands. Never turn your back on a worthy soul. Stand with your people, not above them.
Don't get burned.
Sophisticated. Great deeds await.
You know, I'm starting to feel unwelcome here.
Very perceptive.
Oh, stop yelling.
Fieldcraft, how refreshing. No one stands in my way. No one. I'm used to hostility, but it's different to feel it so clearly.
Honestly, you can't blame someone who's read your surface thoughts.
I'll bring peace to these lands. Indeed. Why do you oppose me so? I do not deserve this scorn.
If you want to fish for redemption, talk to Killian.
I did nothing wrong.
Yet you have this unnerving feeling that you failed her, don't you? She can conjure up a bad conscience like we call fire and lightning.
I wish she would understand. It was just and necessary.
She understands all right. That you're both afraid.
I bet you wish you weren't here now.
Not today, not like this. Sophisticated.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Never turn your back on a worthy soul.
Brighter than the sun.
Stand with your people, not above them. I approve. Great deeds await.
Yes?
Indeed. I approve. I'll bring peace to these lands.
Don't worry. I'm almost sober. Seems reasonable. Shouldn't have played with fire. Oh, gods. Give me a moment.
Burning the last grove affected the creature.
It's a solid solution for most problems.
Right between the eyes. Right between the eyes.
Shouldn't have played with fire.
Right between the eyes.
Just point me in the general direction. Don't get burned.
Right between the eyes.
Of silence.
Oh, shut up already. Shouldn't have played with fire. Shouldn't have played with fire.
Never turn your back on a worthy soul. Indeed. Reminds me of my army days. Good. Very good. Reminds me of my army days. Indeed. Reminds me of my army days. Humor me, mage. What do you think I'm afraid of?
That the one woman who shares your vision will stop bending her principles.
Ridiculous. We may not always see eye to eye, but we want the same for our friends, for our people.
Yeah, that's what she keeps telling herself. Yeah.
I bet you wish you weren't here now.
Sophisticated.
I bet you wish you weren't here now.
Shouldn't have played with fire.
I approve. Grant them a quick death.
Got it.
Stand with your people, not above them. Fieldcraft, how refreshing. I approve. Opposing me? A poor choice. Great deeds await.
I bet you wish you weren't here now.
Oh, stop yelling. Seems reasonable. I'll set your world on fire. Oh, this is a big one.
Do I sense diminishing clumsy?
We are strong. We
All
are
the
strong.
work.
No one stands
We
in my
are
way.
strong.
Shouldn't have played with fire.
I'll bring peace to these lands.
I bet you wish you weren't here now.
Fire magic coming right up. Subtlety is overrated.
Together, we are strong.
Just point me in the general direction.
Right between the eyes.
We are
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. Shouldn't have played with fire.
Of silence. Too late. World break.
That really seemed to do some damage.
Nonetheless, be prepared for a hard fight.
Don't worry, that's how I like me fights. Makes sense to live close to one of those.
Let's not question our good fortune and rest for a bit.
We're in agreement there for once. Brighter than the sun.
Never turn your back on a worthy soul.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm almost sober. Got it.
Choose your words carefully.
Stand with your people, not above them. Great deeds await. They had their chance. Opposing me? A poor choice.
All right, ugly. Show us what you've got. Oh, stop.
Last resort. Lost voices. Lost melodies to me.
It's getting weaker. Sophisticated.
I need a healer. Oh, God. Give me a moment.
Gone. Withered.
Oh, shite. Oh, son of a bitch.
You know, I think I have decided. It is reckless confidence and a death wish.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is not, in fact. It's a waste of talent.
Have you decided yet if I'm too much trouble to keep around?
Shen, that was never my intention. You were right. I needed to find out if I'm indeed going down a dark road like you certainly did. I'm too well aware of the corruption of power, but you have to understand, I'm not seeking this power for myself. I do not want to rule. I do not wish to be remembered. All I want is a better world for those to come. And those who deny others that chance will have their ashes scattered in the winds.
You believe you can change the world with that clanking monstrosity? You really believe that?
I do. You and I, we're blunt instruments. The construct, it's an intricate tool, capable of more wonders than any of us could ever achieve.
If you want me to achieve anything, how about getting me a sodding healer?
Of course. I will send for clerics post-haste. Can you make it to the healing well?
I'll manage.
Most who pursue great power, like the Spark Mage, become scarred by it. Her cursed arm was a steady reminder that her time on this world was borrowed. When he left the groves, she had no doubt that his pursuit would consume the Lord, now more than ever. Curiously enough, she didn't care if he would change the world, burn it, or break it. But she greatly cared to be there when it happened.